Hi, everybody. We are now officially here on this Friday, and we have ourselves a brand new game. It is the third.
Yeah.
Oh, I wasn't done with the intro yet.
I had to celebrate at the new game part.
Well, no, the celebration is this is the third game, and we've got the best one out of the original trilogy here with us. We are now officially doing Trials and Tribulations. See, that was the right time. Anyway, here we go. We're about to get started. This game has 5 cases. The last one had 4, so we've upgraded. And the first one technically have 4, but we haven't played the 5th one yet of the first game, which we'll get to after this game, because we're doing these in chronological order of when they were released. So let's get this rolling. We're going to be playing this game, and we're going to start with Turnabout Memories. Ugh, how did I get into this mess? Why? Why did I do that?
The dude stole the last slice of pizza. What do you expect?
That girl, you shouldn't see her anymore. Hey, it's none of your business. I'm telling you for your sake, if you continue to see her, it's gonna be bad news. You're lying. Just listen to me. There's something you need to know about that girl.
He stole my heart.
Stop it! Don't talk about her like that!
Damn, Nick.
She stole his casserole recipe. Oh, wait, sorry.
It wasn't me! I didn't...
But you caught me on the counter. Wasn't me.
I didn't do it!
Chester, get down.
So yes, we are actually going 5 years in the past when Mia was still alive.
Hell yeah.
This is the first official game where you play as somebody other than Phoenix Wright.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
So Mia will actually be taking the defense on this, and Phoenix is actually the defendant for the second time.
Damn, Phoenix.
Oh, it's finally time. I'm kind of nervous.
Ahem.
Oh, Mr. Grossberg, good morning.
I forgot who fucking voiced this one.
You did.
Oh. Maya. Please calm yourself down.
Maya?
Maya. Oh, I thought you were the other girl. You're going to get yourself arrested for suspicious behavior, you know.
What are you talking about? I'm relaxed, Mr. Grossberg. Look at me. I'm relaxed.
Let go of my lapples. You're obviously haven't got the temperament to be a lawyer.
I'm so sorry. It's just I'm so nervous today.
Oh, that's right. This is your first time in the big leagues, isn't it? Well, never fear, my dear. I, Marvin Grossberg, am at your service.
Actually, this is my second time in court.
Still, you surprised me. What? With your earnest request last night, let me handle this case, and you suddenly said, and quite forcefully, too.
I just found out yesterday. About the case, I mean.
What? And you already learned all the relevant facts?
Well, about that, you see? I mean, of course I have. I think.
Oh dear.
Hi, Maggie. Rawr.
Max!
Rawr.
Or Sophia. I don't know which twin it is, but if you've never seen Phoenix Wright before, our Ace Attorney, this is going to be your first introduction.
In that case, don't let our client see you. You're so nervous. You see, the poor young man in the pink sweater over there? That's our client.
Maggie's so excited. It's like, hello, hi, hi. And then Sophia's like, hi. Do we have actual twin power tonight?
Oh my god, he just...
Good morning there, everybody.
Oh god.
Good morning. Try to keep smiling, Mia.
Sophia says, I have heard about Phoenix Wright. Well, now you're seeing him in all of his COVID glory. He was actually responsible to wear a face mask. Oh, we do have twin power tonight. Great. Welcome, twin power.
We need a twin power for this case.
I just want to say, I'll give it all I've got. Yep, it'll be fine. No prop.
Sounds like me, bro.
What's wrong? Do you have a cold or something? Mr. Wright?
Yes, Phoenix currently has COVID while he's going on to trial. Actually, it's Wright. Like the Flying Brothers. People screw it up all the time. And yes, I have a cold. That's what this mask is for. My doc says this way I won't give it to anyone else. Be kind to others, he says. Responsible doctor. And this game came out in 2004, so they were already saying that masks are the appropriate way of handling illnesses. So 20 years ago, this game was way ahead of its time.
In Japan, or?
I think
Yes.
it's a thing in-
Listen, doctors, and Phoenix Wright is officially a Bernie bro.
Right, Mr. Wright. You have nothing to fear in court today.
But fear itself.
You are truly innocent. I promise, and I'll save you.
Please let go of my shirt.
That's right. He's the one on trial, not you. He's the one who should be nervous. You need to stay strong for your client, Mia. My name is Mia Fey. I'm still pretty new at this lawyer thing.
Related to Tina Fey?
Perhaps. The first time I appeared in court was a year ago.
Although they might be wearing the same outfit in this one.
But that trial traumatized me so badly, I thought I'd never set foot in another courtroom. It's been 1 year since then, and well, here I am again. But this time I'm going to win. For my client, and for myself.
I love pee. What are you talking about? This sweater is iconic. I love pee.
He looks like a fucking Weasley brother. Court now is in session for the trial of Phoenix Wright.
The defense is ready, Your Honor.
The prosecution is ready, Your Honor.
Oh god, that guy's back. The
Yeah.
defense today is Miss Maya Fey, was it?
Mia!
Mia!
I'm so old. I'm dumb.
And you're going to that Kenny G concert later, right?
And you don't even remember which sister it is.
Actually, the wife booked us a nice concert to Taylor Swift this afternoon.
This would be the equivalent of you getting the wrong twin. So if you got Sophia instead of Maggie, then they would be like, what are you talking about? And then they would just troll you for the rest of the stream.
Dude, this is not good burger, okay? I'm not fucking Ed.
Your Honor, is there a problem?
I was under the impression that Marvin Grossberg was to be leading the defense.
Yes, well, you see,
Sophia's laughing at my joke.
Mr. Grossberg had a bit of an emergency.
Yeah, I had to go to the Beastie Boy concert too. Emergency. But that isn't that him standing right there next to you?
Yes, well,
You're just a rookie. Are you sure you can really handle this?
Don't let him scare you, Mia. Give him your toughest look. Of course, Your Honor. I think.
Sylph, you might want to boost your volume up.
Alright, hold on.
Oh, Sophia's like, I would troll everyone. See? See, I knew it. Twins are like the best trolls out there. Like, they will get you on everything.
We should get Sophia and Maggie on here one night.
Alright, is this better?
Oh, God.
Mike.
I think you just gave Maggie and Sophia more of a reason to troll on here. If you will.
Hey, that would've been fun.
Oh, I'm sure.
Good, I'm close to
Yeah.
the mic.
Yeah.
Right. Of course, Your Honor. I think.
Well, Mr. Payne, your opening statement, please.
Well, well, well. I can't believe a veteran like me has to spend his time babysitting a new defense lawyer. Don't worry, little girl. It'll all be over soon.
What was that all about? Was he trying to trash talk me? And with that shitty hairstyle?
Now
Be
then,
Elvis.
I'd like to proceed with the summary of events on the day in question. The incident occurred on the campus of Ivy University. The murder victim was a student named Doug Swallow. He was a fourth-year student studying pharmacology.
It sounds like he was a very bright young man.
Yes, well, next we have a photo taken at the scene of the crime. Students discovered the scene shortly after the murder. They found the victim's body and the defendant, who had obviously bungled his getaway. They then called the police.
That certainly makes the defendant look very suspicious indeed. Very well. The court accepts this photo into the record as evidence.
Ooh, we got our first evidence of this stream. We got a crime photo.
Oh yeah, Maggie and Sophia, we always have Homestar Runner as the evidence do. By the way, I can't quite tell the cause of death from this photo.
Your reputation for sagacity is well earned, Your Honor. The truth is that this victim died a rather unusual death.
What you say about my mother?
An unusual death?
Like, damn.
What do you mean, Mr. Payne?
Well, perhaps the defense would like to take this question.
Huh?
A simple question. I thought I might loosen you up a bit. I am a gentleman, if you will.
What? Stand up to him, Mia. Show him what you're made of.
Ah, perfect opportunity. Well, what was it? The cause? Go on. Please say you know at least this much.
I'm so sorry. I didn't get a chance to read through the whole file.
Ugh, my harmonious are beginning to act up. Hemorrhoids.
Right.
I said hemorrhoids when I realized it. Now, see here. The details of the case are filed under the court record. But you knew that already, didn't you?
The court record. I think I can see that by pressing the R button.
All of the weapons we need can be found in the court record. Take a good hard look at the data there, and think carefully before you answer, my dear.
Yes, sir. I'll do just that. I've got to stay calm. I can't let that prosecutor get the better of me. Court record. Okay, let's take a look. I just press the R button here.
Now then, would the attorney for the defense please answer the question? What was the cause of death?
According to the court record, it was a fatal electric shock. Or in other words, electrocution.
Electrocution? But how could such a thing happen? Did the murderer use some type of new, super powerful stun gun, perhaps?
The answer to that will become crystal clear as this trial proceeds, Your Honor. But before that, there is one more vital issue.
What?
Oh, did Sylph just...
Hold on.
Oh.
What's that?
Oh. Why, motive, of course. Apparently, there was some bad blood between the victim and the defendant.
Bad blood.
What do you mean?
Oopsie! I'm terribly sorry. You're the defense attorney, so you must know all about it. I shouldn't be stealing your spotlight like this.
I really don't like this guy's smug attitude.
That's Winston Payne for you. He's one smooth operator if you didn't catch my drift.
Sophia's like, oof.
They don't call him Rookie Killer for nothing, you know.
Alright, that's me. I kill rookies. So look out every single Digimon that exists. That's a rookie. I kill you.
But we all know his penis is small as a baby's arm.
It's small, but it gets the job done.
Not what your wife told me in the bedroom last night, bitch.
Oh!
My wife is dead, you asshole.
Yeah, that's what she told you before. But she actually faked her death to be with me.
Okay, now you're just complicating the joke.
Now then, let's hear from the defense. What was the source of the bad blood between the victim and the defendant? And this time I would like to see some supporting evidence.
Evidence?
No need to get all worked up over this. As I said, all our weapons can be found in the court record. Find the evidence you need and then shove it into old Greybeard's face.
Yes, sir. Into old Greybeard's face.
Oh.
Mr. Grossberg. Try to set a better example for the young lady. Mia, evidence isn't the only thing in the court record. People's profiles are as well. You can toggle between profiles and evidence with the R button, so be sure to go over it all. I need some tea. Now then, let's see what you got. What was the cause of the bad blood between Phoenix Wright and the victim?
Well, obviously not him. Why would he be in conflict with himself? He already had conflict with this guy. Oh, who's this? Oh, this is a character that Mooney will be playing in the future.
Ooh, Mooney!
Oh.
She's so pretty.
The reason for the bad blood between the two of them was this woman here.
Delilah Worththorne, is it?
Dahlia Hawthorne
Dahlia
is.
Hawthorne.
Yeah, that's the way that that's the way that the
Dahlia
game. Well, that's also the way the dub does it, and then the game does it. So I'm just gonna give everybody a heads up.
Dahlia
Pronounced like the Black
Hawthorne.
Dahlia, right?
Huh? What?
The Black Dahlia?
Kind of.
Oh.
Whatever, Dahlia Hawthorne, isn't it?
Oh, very good. Very good, Miss Faye. You seem to have picked up on at least that much. This woman is the girlfriend of the defendant, Phoenix Wright. Way to go, dude. How did you snag that?
Wait. Was he still questioning his sexuality at this point?
I mean, he's bi. He's bi.
He's probably trying to test the waters a bit before he decided to be with Miles.
Sophia's like, this game seems cool. Oh, Sophia, you haven't seen anything yet. This is just dipping your toes in the water. Wait till you actually get into the ocean. But up until about 8 months ago, she was with the victim, Mr. Swallow. Clearly she has some part to play in this story.
Rabbit. Ah, he's done it again. Why do I look like TikTok from fucking Return to Oz?
I have no idea what that is.
He's a fucking, robot dude from...
Yes, Sophia, ocean. There is an ocean of things that happen in this game. An ocean.
Or at least in this franchise.
Oh no, there's plenty of more oceans. There are like 6 oceans, and this ocean is probably one of the best ones to go swimming in.
Wait till we introduce you to Shamsphere in the future.
Oh, that's another spin-off game. Anyway, let's keep going.
Before the cross-examination starts, he's already got the judge thinking like he wants. Very well, Mr. Payne, please call your first witness.
If it pleases the court, the prosecution would like to call Mr. Phoenix Wright.
What? The defendant himself? Well, Miss Faye?
It's fine. After all, Mr. Wright is innocent, right? The defense has no objection.
Oh, very well. The court calls Mr. Phoenix Wright to the witness stand. And somebody changed...
Pesky, cute little cat.
Hi, everybody. Witness, please state your name and occupation. Oh, yes. My name is Phoenix Wright. My job is, well, right now I guess I'm a suspect.
No, he mean, what did you do before you were arrested?
Oh, I was a university student. Mr. Wright, you understand that you are suspected in the death of your fellow student, Doug Swap, but I didn't do it. I'm innocent, I tell you. I'm telling you, I was...
Would the defendant please refrain from passing on his code to the rest of us?
It seems the witness has something he wants to say.
Well then, Mr. Wright. Please tell us about your relation to the victim.
Right away, Your Honor. I admit I was there, but I'm not a killer. All I did was find his body. I hardly knew the guy to begin with. I never even talked to that stuck-up British wannabe.
Ooh.
Oh.
Hey, no, come back here.
I see. So you hardly knew the victim.
Right. Like I said, I'm not a killer.
Ooh, it looks like the judge understands.
You're being naive, you know. Too naive.
Huh?
It seems that you've forgotten one small thing, young lady.
Ooh.
And that would be...
This witness still has to undergo something called cross-examination.
Cross-examination?
He's right. And it's the defense duty to carry out the cross-examination. What the fuck is this music?
It's suspense music.
It makes me want to fucking play fucking, like, Street Fighter. The purpose
You know, that
is
actually sounds kind of fun.
Go ahead, Mooney.
No, I was gonna say, that sounds kind of fun right about now, too. With that music.
Yeah.
Wasn't Phoenix Wright in a fighting game?
Yes, Marvel vs. Capcom 3.
The purpose is to determine if the witness testimony contains any contradictions.
Contradictions?
If the witness is lying, their statement will conflict with the court record.
But Mr. Wright is my client.
Even if he's your client, in court, all lies must be struck down. As a lawyer, that is your duty to you see.
What does he mean by that? Is he saying that testimony just now? That there was a lie? A contradiction?
Now then, your cross-examination, if you please, Mr. Fay, Mrs. Fay.
Whoa, let's not misgender people now, Your Honor.
Well, right.
It was a slip of the tongue. Give me a break.
That's how they all say.
That's what they all say.
It's a... oh, come on, Judge. Mr. Fay was my father. You could call me Mia.
I just got that.
Please, Mr. Wright. Tell me you haven't been lying. You wouldn't do that to me, would you?
No, I mean, it's not like we're dating.
He wishes.
Well, no, I'm already dating my girlfriend, so...
When you say there, you mean the place where the victim was murdered?
Yeah, sort of. The place where something happened, anyway. Something? You can't hide what happened. We have photographic evidence. Achoo! 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 Achoo!
Anyway, Mr. Wright, what were you doing at the scene of the crime?
Yes, Sophia, now you understand the concept of OBJECTION!
Yep.
The memes, the jokes. You'll see it all around here.
I thought you said you didn't know the victim, Mr. Swallow.
It was just a coincidence. We bumped into each other by accident.
A coincidence, huh?
You say you found the body? So who called the police?
Huh? Achoo! Unfortunately, it was some other students that notified the police.
Other students?
That's correct. They were witnesses. Witnesses who saw the defendant standing there next to the body in shock.
What? Is that true, Mr. Wright?
Could you stop sneezing every time you're in a bind?
Well, it's true that I was pretty shocked when I found the body, but I...
So, you didn't know his face or even his name, right?
Right. Well, no. That is, I mean...
So which is it? Do you know? Did you know him or not?
Achoo! Achoo! Achoo!
Now see here, if you can't avoid answering the question by sneezing all day.
Watch me, I'll go for the Guinness Book of World Records of sneezing, non-stop. Well, I guess I did know his name.
News to me. Why didn't he tell me that before?
I heard he used to date Dolly.
Who is this Dolly person?
Ah, yes, that would be the defendant's lover, Miss Dahlia Hawthorne.
Oh, I see. Ah, young love. So bitter and sweet.
But that's all I knew about him!
Mr. Wright, you stated the following in your testimony. I hardly knew the guy to begin with.
That's right! I mean, why would I even...
But that doesn't sound right. If you hardly knew him, then why would you say that the victim was a stuck-up British wannabe?
Oh. Because he wanted to be part of the...
Achoo!
What?
Well, Mr. Wright,
No, it wasn't me! I'm not a killer, I swear!
Mr. Wright, I will give you an opportunity to revise your testimony. How is it that you knew the victim was, as you put it, a British wannabe?
Yes, well... He was always walking around with a huge Union Jack on the back of his shirt.
did you see it at the crime scene? The Union Jack, I mean.
Yes, that's right. I saw it at the crime scene. That's why I figured he must love British stuff, see? It's true. Cross my heart. I swear I didn't do it.
He's acting fishier than the salmon I ate last night.
Oh. May I ask
Oh.
you something, Miss Faye?
Damn.
Yes, Your Honor? What is it now?
Who is this person anyways, this Union Jack fellow?
God.
Oh my god. I can't believe I
Oh
said
my
that.
God.
The Union Jack is the name of the United Kingdom's flag.
Oh, I see. So you mean it like the stars and stripes, right?
As usual, Your Honor, your insight astounds me.
Hey, something just occurred to me. Wasn't there something strange about this bit just now?
Mia, there is a contradiction here. Miss,
Mr. Grossberg.
quickly now, show the boy you mean business. With evidence, I mean.
Okay, Mia, check the court record carefully.
Me dear, do you think you can manage your own from this point?
1 year ago, I was in a courtroom just like this. I can do it. I can handle this myself.
You mustn't try to bite off more than you can chew, Maya.
Mia!
Yeah.
Why the
Oh my
hell
God.
are you calling me Maya?
You know,
Wrong
I
sister.
like pissing Joe off.
Just to troll him.
I'll be
Yep.
fine. I know what I have to do.
Hey, we already have twin trolls in chat. We don't need a third troll.
Remember, you can always press him more to get more information. Oh, one more thing. When you're going to state a contradiction, make sure you present some divine proof.
Wow, we got really divine here. This is a holy evidence.
Okay, Mia, one more time from the very beginning of this testimony.
This fucking sprite of Phoenix is making me want to punch him in the face.
Are you certain you saw the Union Jack?
Yeah, I'm sure. It was right there on his back.
Miss Faye, is there some point to this line of questioning?
Your Honor, please take a look at the crime scene photo. As you can see, there's absolutely nothing on the victim's back.
Hey, wait a minute! He's wearing a leather jacket! The Union Jack was on the back of the t-shirt he was wearing.
I was under the impression that you accidentally came across the body. But if that was really the case, then you wouldn't know that, would you? You had no idea at all what he was wearing under that jacket. Mr. Wright, you've been lying to me.
Please forgive me, wah!
Maya.
Oh, God.
Wow, you just love pissing. You're pissing him off so much now.
Sophia's like, it's like Danganronpa, but different. Oh, yes, you've seen Danganronpa, Sophia. But just imagine there's a lot more over-the-top shit that goes on with this. It's gonna make you laugh your ass off.
At this point, you need it like a counter where she says Maya instead of Mia.
Oh, God, let's not start a counter, please. I'm gonna lose it.
You made our... Mia, you made our client cry.
Oh God.
That P on his chest doesn't stand for Phoenix anyway.
No, it stands for my petrified soul being destroyed.
I can't believe I trusted him. Mr. Wright was all wrong.
And now I'm crying because that was a bad pun. That was an impressive bit of cross-examination. Thank you for uncovering the defendant's lies for me. It's quite clear that this man did not simply stumble upon the scene of the crime. Ugh. Oh, Sophia, I also want to say, there is a very Mexican snack that is going to be coming up here in about a few streams from now. So I'm just going to tell you just as a forewarning, or not as a forewarning, but as foreshadowing. Just be on the lookout. Ugh.
You know what's bad? I just have to remember Mia's Kunis, or whatever her fucking name is.
The Meg voice actress.
Yeah, for the name.
Mila Kunis?
Yeah. Mia!
Uh-oh, did I go too far?
Oh, Sophia's gonna be liking that. I'm telling you, Sophia, you are gonna really like this. You are gonna really like that. Okay, I know. Oh, testing was held for you too, besides Maggie. Okay, well, go ahead. By the way, Mr. Wright, you seem to have a rather bad cold. Have you taken any medicine for it? Yeah, I took some, but... What was the medicine that you took, an over-the-counter brand called Cold Killer X? Yeah, that's right. It kills colds good. Hey, wait a second. How did you know I'm a big fan of Cold Killer X? Would you happen to have that medicine with you right now?
Oh, God.
Well, actually, I seem to have lost it somewhere.
He lost it? Does this even have anything to do with the case?
Mr. Wright, shall I tell you where your cold medicine is right now? Huh?
Up your butt.
Your Honor, I'd like you to take a look at another photo from the crime scene.
What's this? In the victim's hand, it's... Cold Killer X!
Yes, but even I've got a bottle of Cold Killer X in my apartment.
I'm sorry, but I'm afraid that argument won't work. There's no doubt as to who this bottle of Cold Killer X belongs to. Especially since Mr. Wright's fingerprints are all over it.
What?
Sensing his murderous intent, Mr. Swallow must have picked up the bottle of medicine dropped by Mr. Wright and hid it in his hand. His purpose in doing so can only been to identify his killer as Phoenix Wright.
I can't take the fucking name of the victim seriously, Mr. Swallow.
It's the name of a bird, Circus.
I know, but still, it's another fucking thing with me. Order! Order in the court!
Your Honor, I'd like to present this photo and bottle as evidence.
Very well. The court will accept them from the record.
Ooh, another crime photo. Oh, it's a watch this time. Oh, I can't wait to take that medicine when I get another cold from Strong Bad.
Is it like Chemical X?
No. Also, the victim's wristwatch was broken.
Broken?
Yes, it ceased functioning when a large wave of electricity passed through it. Well, Mr. Wright, do you have some kind of explanation for all this?
Oh, see, you got some explaining to do.
This is really bad.
Oh, my bollock. My poor hemorrhoid.
Dude, you need to get some cream for that, buddy! Dude, seriously! You need some fucking cream for that!
We got Cold Killer X and now Preparation H. The truth is, I went because he called me. He was in the pharmacology department, so we agreed to meet at 2:45 behind that building. We talked for a bit, and then at around 3 o'clock we split up. Then later when I went back, I found him lying there. I'd been taking Cold Killer X for the last 2 or 3 days, but I lost my bottle of it around lunchtime on the day of the accident.
Mr. Wright, that's completely different from the testimony you gave previously.
Achoo! 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 I'm sorry, Your Honor. I was afraid you wouldn't believe the truth. You'll forgive me if I say I hardly find your current testimony any more credible.
Miss Faye, please begin your cross-examination. And somebody give me that bottle of aspirin. I need it. This boy is about to give me a hernia.
Oh, please, Mr. Wright. Don't tell any more lies. Or I will break your kneecaps.
Oh, please, I like running.
Had you ever met the victim before then?
No, never. But that day he called me up and told me he wanted to talk about Dolly.
And this Dolly person is?
My, it's kind of embarrassing. She's my, sweetheart.
Don't tell Christian. What was that for? Mia?
Oh, I'm so sorry. I just felt like slapping something all of a sudden.
Dahlia Hawthorne was also the lover of the murder victim Doug Swallow. Before she met Mr. Wright, that is.
So, it was one of those nasty love triangles, I see.
Was it Mr. Swallow who indicated you should meet at 2:45?
Yeah, and we were both there right on time.
You said the victim was in the pharmacology department, correct?
Yeah, he was studying how to manufacture and improve pharmaceuticals. Everyone called him the alchemist of IVU.
The alchemist, I see.
I gotta admit, it was a little suspicious. He had a whole laboratory and everything. It was filled with chemicals and strange machines that run on high voltage electricity.
Oh, how fascinating. He sounds like quite an ambitious young man.
What should I do? Maybe I should ask him for some more details? I was wondering if you could tell us a bit more about the pharmaceutical department.
Well, okay, sure. I don't know all that much, though.
A little bit earlier in your testimony, you said something interesting. You said that the department uses strong machines that run on high voltage electricity.
That's right, and they sure look dangerous. They use non-standard voltages, so there are high voltage cables everywhere.
High voltage cables?
Yeah, there were electrical poles set up all around the building. The high voltage cables run overhead around the roof.
Finally, I think we're getting somewhere. So what was it you were talking about?
You know, achoo! That maybe we should hang out again sometime.
Hang out again sometime? I wish that were true. So you say you went back?
Yeah, that's when I found the body.
Yes, but why did you go back in the first place? Were you angry with him?
Well, that's right, I was.
Then why, Mr. Wright? Why did you go back there?
I thought maybe we could make up.
Ugh.
What?
What?
Name of the joke.
Achoo! Achoo!
Judging by the atmosphere, I'm pretty sure no one else is buying this. It's rather unusual to catch a cold this time of the year, isn't it?
Yeah, I always get a little careless when the weather starts to warm up. I guess I shouldn't sleep with the window open this early in spring, huh?
I suppose common sense, not always common.
Yeah, no shit.
So, did anyone else know you were taking cold medicine?
Well, I always took one after meals, so I'm pretty sure all my friends knew about it.
On the day of the incident, what did you do for lunch?
Huh? What does that have to do with anything?
You can never be too sure.
I always eat with Dolly. Just the two of us. Dolly's homemade lunches are just the greatest. Her mini omelets are magically delicious.
Oh, child. Well, what did you punch in the jaw? Why did you punch in the jaw?
Oh, I'm sorry. I just felt like hurting someone all of a sudden.
I think that's enough for now. So the defendant and the victim met approximately the time of his death. Then, did the defendant return to the scene for some unknown reason?
I'm not entirely convinced by his explanation about the medicine bottle either.
Let me be frank here, Mr. Wright. Your testimony cannot be trusted.
What do you mean? I knew it was too much work for a little girl.
However, there is one mystery still remains.
There is, Your Honor?
The murderer was carried... How the murder was carried out, of course. Just how was the victim electrocuted? I don't believe the murder weapon had been produced yet, correct?
Well, that is... You are correct, Your Honor.
So how exactly was Mr. Swallow killed? If I could somehow establish how it was done, maybe I could still come out of this smelling like a rose.
Unlike Phoenix. He's just gonna smell like Pigpen for the rest of his life.
Your Honor?
Yes, Miss Faye.
I believe that if we were to piece together everything we've heard up until now, we should be able to solve the mystery of how Mr. Swallow died.
That would be most impressive.
Quite the brash statement coming from a rookie. But even a beginner like you must understand the basic rules of the court, yes? An attorney must be able to substantiate their arguments with evidence.
Of course I know that. Actually, I had totally forgotten that.
Now then, Miss Faye, let me see what you got. Show me how you believe the victim was electrocuted.
As for the cause of death, I'd say this picture captures it quite well.
What?
But there is nothing that...
Oh, that's the judge. That's the
That's
judge.
circus.
But there is nothing that even most resembles the murder weapon here. I'm afraid the defense is gonna have to explain in a bit more detail. Now, Miss Faye, where exactly is this? I'll go fuck myself.
Yeah, it's auto-scroll in these moments.
Well, naturally, it's right here.
That's... What is that?
A severed electrical cable, I believe, Your Honor. Remember the testimony we've heard? The machines the pharmacology student use in their experiments require high voltage. And because of that, there are special high voltage cables strung up everywhere.
So then, the high voltage cable...
Yes, the high voltage cable is the cause of death. That is the most likely explanation.
That certainly sounds plausible. Well, Mr. Payne, what do you have to say about this?
Well, I believe some praise is in order.
Don't toy with me, old man.
Now, the victim's cause of death may indeed have been a high voltage cable. However, I want you to think about what that really implies. The only one who had the opportunity to use the cable as a murder weapon was... the defendant. Achoo!
That's much is certainly true.
Yes, and that's not all. We have proof. Irrefutable proof that will establish that Mr. Wright was the murderer.
You do? Well, what is it?
His fingerprints.
Fingerprints? You mean the defendant's fingerprints were on something besides the medicine bottle?
Let's take another look at the crime scene photo. As you can see, the victim is wearing a leather jacket. And as you may know, leather holds fingerprints quite well.
You mean?
Yes, it was quite clearly imprinted on the chest area of the victim's jacket. The palm print of the defendant's very own hand.
What?
I can only think of one way Mr. Wright could have left a print like that. Intent on murder, he squarely pushed the victim towards the severed electrical cable.
Order! That's enough! I think we can conclude that there is no reason to continue with the cross-examination. Stick a fork in us. We're done.
Mr. Grossberg?
My hemorrhoids never lie. The show is over, my Mia. Joe's like, I'm going to murder you.
Yes.
I know that boy was guilty the first time I saw him.
No, you're wrong. Mr. Wright is innocent.
No further evidence is required to convince me of this man's guilt. At this time, I am prepared to render a verdict in this case. Do you have something further to add, Miss Faye?
Is this what you want, Mr. Wright? You still haven't told us the truth. The whole truth.
And nothing but the truth.
If you don't say anything now, the judge is gonna hand down his verdict.
But I can't. I just can't say it. If I told you what really happened, then I'd be...
It's okay, Mr. Wright. I'm your attorney. You can trust me.
Miss Faye.
No matter what it is you have to say, I believe in you and I'll represent you to the very end.
We've already established the defendant's guilt. There's no further need for him to say anything. Wait a minute.
Mr. Wright.
I'll tell you what really happened. But I've already told you, Mr. Wright. There's no need for further... I did it.
What?
I admit it. I pushed him. It's my fault. My fault that Doug Swallow is dead. That girl, you shouldn't see her anymore. Hey, it's none of your business. I'm telling you for your sake, if you continue to see her, it's going to be bad news. You're lying! Just listen to me. There's something you need to know about that girl. Stop it! Don't talk about her like that!
Oh god, the drug's kicking in. What did you just said? Was that the truth?
Yes, I was afraid that if I told the truth, everyone would think I was the murderer for sure.
Well, as things certainly stand, we're all absolutely convinced you are.
But please give me one more chance to explain. This time I swear I'll tell the whole truth. It'll be okay, won't it, Miss Faye? I believe in you.
Stupid game. Hang on a minute.
Oh, thank you. I still can't believe it. He really did push the victim.
It feels like my hemorrhoids are going to the... You're doing the Harlem Shake.
That's fucking old.
I know.
Well, at the time the remaster came out in 2013, this was relatively new.
For Christ.
That guy, he was talking bad about Dolly. I lost my temper and gave him a shove. At that moment, I heard some kind of loud noise. A little while after I left, I started to get worried. So I went back, but he was just lying there, dead. Well, the explanation is really quite simple. When you pushed him, Mr. Swallow flew back and touched the electrical cable. He died from the shock, and that, as they say, is that.
A simple explanation indeed.
At the time of the incident, a light rain had been falling. Wet from the rain, the victim was more easily electrocuted. But when I pushed him, there weren't any electrical cables nearby. If there had been something like that, even I would have noticed it.
That's true. Even a doofus like him couldn't miss that.
Miss Faye. Let me warn you now that if your cross-examination doesn't yield any new facts, I indeed to deliver my verdict without any further delay. Are we clear on that?
Yes, Your Honor. Don't give up, Mia. If he is innocent, there must be some kind of evidence somewhere that will prove it.
There doesn't seem to be any, though.
So what kinds of things did Mr. Swallow say to you?
He said all sorts of terrible things about Dolly. He said that she was a bad girl.
Is that all?
Yep.
Well, Miss Faye, you heard him yourself.
Oh boy, you're not doing yourself any favors here, Mr. Wright. Don't make this... Please don't make this harder for me than it already is.
Anyway, after he said that, I just...
Can you tell me about what happened in a little more detail?
That guy, he just said what he wanted to say to me. And then he put on the jacket he was holding and started to leave. That's when I lost my temper and flew into a furious frenzy. I just gave him a light, gentle shove to the chest.
And when you did that, there was no severed cable anywhere to be seen?
Right! There was nothing like that at all. Right, is it possible that you merely overlooked it? Well, I guess it's possible.
What are you doing? Don't let that guy steamroll all over you like cheap asphalt.
I believe what's important here is the moment the push occurred. Let's continue with the testimony. Witness.
Loud noise? And what would you say that loud noise was, Mr. Wright?
I'm not sure, but it was really loud. It was like, snap! You know, come to think of it, I wonder what that was. Clearly, Your Honor, it was the sound of the victim being electrocuted.
You're not qualified to decide that. What should I do? I'm treading on some dangerous ground here. Mr. Wright, that loud noise you heard must be extremely important. So try to remember what it was.
How do I put it? It was like a sharp crack. Aha! Could it have been...
Yes? Could it have been... Hurry up and tell us.
When I pushed him, he dropped the umbrella he was holding. He fell right on top of it, and it broke. That was probably the noise I heard.
An umbrella, huh? And did that umbrella belong to the victim?
Yeah, it was a plastic umbrella. Cheap and frail. Kind of like the owner. Then again, I wish I had any kind of umbrella. I was totally soaked to the bone.
Miss Faye. What do you think? Is there something important to that testimony?
Well... This is it. Yeah, the new information you've been waiting for. Of course it's important. No, this cheap umbrella is more than important. It's vital. I want to officially have it entered into the testimony.
Ah! How perfectly fitting. Flimsy information for a flimsy lawyer.
The court agrees to the defense request. Witness, please add the bit about your cheap umbrella to your testimony.
After I shoved him, he fell on top of his cheap umbrella.
So Mr. Swallow fell on top of his umbrella. Are you certain of this?
Yeah, it was right there under him. Actually, if it hadn't been under him, I was planning on borrowing it for myself.
The umbrella, you mean?
Well, yeah, you see, I was wearing this sweater here. Dolly stayed up late for nights at a time knitting it for me. I didn't want the rain to dampen the handmade symbol of her love.
My stomach is not quite used to be as your personal soccer ball, Maya.
Oh, god damn it.
And that is why I kicked you.
Yeah, that's why she keeps beating you up, Mr. Grossberg, because you keep getting her name wrong.
Gosh, I wanted to be tough nut for her to choke to unalive. I am so sorry.
It's alright. No. I was choking on something a little earlier this morning, so not so.
Continue with your testimony, witness.
After you shoved the victim, did you leave the scene right away?
Yes, I did. I admit it. I was furious. You left without even checking Mr. Swallow's condition? Well, yeah, but like I said, I got worried about him later.
At that time, did you see anyone else at the scene of the crime?
Nope. Nobody.
Jeez. Could that stupid cough possibly sound any phonier?
In this case, it's very hard to believe someone else could have been the murderer. Unless we can find something in the that shows his innocence from that testimony we did. I'm afraid the judge will make his final decision with no remorse whatsoever.
Sure. Right. Now I need more info. Info that will help me turn up some contradictions. Why didn't you testify about the umbrella from the very beginning?
Come on, if I had mentioned that.
I would have been able to counter the prosecution's arguments earlier.
Right, what do you mean by that?
Take another look at the crime scene photo. According to Mr. Wright, the victim fell on top of his umbrella. However, if you look closely, the umbrella is nowhere near the victim. Actually, it's by the electrical pole.
You're absolutely right!
The conclusion here is obvious. After the defendant left, the victim moved from where he fell. In other words, after he was pushed by the defendant, Mr. Swallow was still alive.
No!
Order, order, order! The victim, he moved? Mr. Payne, the umbrella in this photo, where is it now?
Well, it was collected by the police at the crime scene.
I want it presented as evidence immediately.
Ooh, that's a bad umbrella. But the umbrella could have simply been blown there by the wind.
According to the testimony, the victim fell on top of the umbrella. There's simply no way it could have been blown there by the wind.
I know this is a matter of the umbrella seems relatively trivial. But, as long as the smallest doubt remains, I cannot render my final judgment.
No!
I must say, I still find it hard to believe that a huge hole has been blown in the prosecution case by the defendant's testimony.
Oh, we have his testimony on paper now.
Well done, Mia.
Oh no.
Mr. Payne, what are you chuckling about?
Pardon me, Your Honor. It seems I was expecting too much of a free ride. It was foolish to think I could establish guilt through cross-examination alone.
I'm afraid I don't follow what you're saying.
Let me guess, you have another witness.
Exactly. And this witness's testimony will be incontrovertible.
Well, who is this witness?
Miss Dahlia Hawthorne.
Dahlia Hawthorne? You don't mean Dolly?
I do, Your Honor. The defendant's very own lover is a witness to the whole thing. That's right. She was at the scene of the crime when the murder took place.
What?
I'm sorry to break the bad news to you, my dear.
Bad news? You couldn't be more wrong. Actually, I've been waiting for this.
You can't be serious.
Mia, what do you mean by that? I think this is a good point for us to stop at court. We'll now enter a 20-minute recess. Afterwards, we will listen to the testimony of Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. God, I need a good beer.
Oh, do you think we should invite her to poker night? Or she's too hot. Miss Faye, I'm sorry about what happened back there.
It's alright. At least you told us the truth in the end, Mr. Wright.
Yeah. So I guess I could start to relax then, huh?
Relax, my boy. You can't be serious after hiding such important facts.
But the next witness is my Dolly, right? She'll save me. I just know she will.
Oh, my fucking child.
Why do you
Right.
think that?
Huh? What do you mean? She's the love of my life. That's why.
Love of your life, huh? Would you mind telling me more about you and Miss Dahlia Hawthorne?
Sure, no problem. Dolly and I, we first met about 8 months ago right here in this very courthouse. Actually, I'm studying to be a lawyer on the side. Anyway, one day she and I just bumped into each other in the reading room downstairs. That's why I really think it was fate that brought us together. As soon as I first set eyes on her, I knew she was the one for me. Oh, here, take a look at this. She gave this to me the day we met as a symbol of our love. She had been wearing it around her neck that day, but then she took it off. But before she gave it to me, she said, "I want you to carry this."
Okay.
Hold on. So she gave it to you as a present, I see.
This darling little bottle is filled with memories of my darling little Dolly.
It
Well-
certainly is a little bottle, alright.
It makes me so happy. I show it to everyone I meet. I want to share my happiness with the whole world. It's not that great.
Oh, my sweet summer child.
Yep. If only you knew. If only you knew.
Anyway. So after that, you and Miss Hawthorne started dating?
Yeah, but she's so shy. Every time I see her, she always says the same thing to me. Please give it back now.
What a strange girl. Asking for a present back like that.
By the... Oh.
By the way, Mr. Wright. The day you first met Dahlia Hawthorne 8 months ago? It wouldn't happen to have been on August 27th, would it?
Huh? Yeah, it was. But how did you...
This happened on August 27th, right here in the courthouse.
What's this? A newspaper clipping? Let's see. Murder in the courthouse. Murder?
What are you reading there? Let me see. Oh, I see. Maya,
God damn it.
I understand. Mia, I think I see what you're trying to say. I think I understand why you suddenly took a keen interest in this case. You believe there's some connection between these two cases, am I correct?
Ooh. It's where I see newspapers nowadays.
Maya, 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 Maya!
Okay, now you're just overdoing it.
I hope you don't mind, Mr. Grossberg.
I need to finish this.
Whoa, 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 whoa,
Sorry.
whoa.
I need to finish this myself.
Ah, yes, but I'm afraid what you have will not be enough, my dear. I'll go and have to look in the downstairs reading room and see what else I can find.
Thank you.
I want to do whatever I can to be a help to you, Mia. Well, it looks like recess is over. We better all get moving. My friend keeps trying to call me, and it's throwing me off.
Well, just put the phone away.
She's calling me through Messenger.
Oh, well, again, same thing.
I guess so. That recess sure seemed longer than 20 minutes, though.
Well, the judge was still trying to get the slide.
The slide.
Well, we're in recess, aren't we?
The joke. The recess joke.
Court will reconvene. Mr. Payne, please call your witness.
This next person is someone who witnessed the crime as it happened. The prosecution calls Miss Dahlia Hawthorne to the stand.
Moody.
What's with this stiff silence?
In my long career as a judge, I have been deceived by many witnesses. It's my job to doubt, to take no one at their word. But in your case, I must admit that you radiate a glow of complete sincerity.
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 I can't believe he actually said that.
Oh, now then, witness, could you please state your full name?
Don't worry, sweetie. There's no need to be nervous.
If anyone says anything rude, you can be sure I'll cut them right down to size.
Zip! And I will bash them with my gravel. God damn it, Judge!
Simps. I love how they look straight at me when they say that.
Thank you for calming my nerves. You are all so nice. I almost feel right at home.
Not at all.
It was nothing. Would you like to go to a Beastie Boy concert with me?
No. I'm gonna take her to some smooth jazz.
If we may move on now, what is your full name and occupation?
My name is Dahlia Hawthorne. I'm a junior in literature at Ivy University. I just want to say, it's an honor for me to be here in your noble presence.
The honor is all mine.
No, the honor is all mine.
Well, what the fuck? Why? Well, we all know whose milkshake brings all the boys to the yard.
Jesus Christ!
The milkshakes, girl! Sir?
Is there something I can help you with?
You just go on and say whatever's on your mind, sexy lady.
I'm sure that there must be some kind of mistake. Feeny wouldn't kill anyone. I just know it.
Yes, I can see why you say that.
She's going to be a tough witness, alright. It only took her 12 seconds to wrap them all around her little finger.
Now then, please proceed with your testimony. Let's hear about what you witnessed on the day of the incident, if you please.
Planning to go back to Feeney's place after class was over.
Beanie.
Feeny and Dougie, they were talking behind the building. Then, suddenly, Dougie got all wobbly and just collapsed. That's when Feeny noticed that I was there. I went to go and find some other students that they called the authorities.
I don't know what to say. According to you, Miss Hawthorne, the defendant didn't do anything wrong.
Young lady, as old as I am, even I recall how hot the flames of young passion can burn. Nevertheless, it is my job to discover the truth. Please, tell us the truth.
But I would never.
It's more than enough, witness. I won't allow this to continue.
What do you mean by that?
Please let me proceed with my cross-examination, Your Honor. I, for one, don't plan to win my case on a bunch of paper-thin lies.
You haven't changed a bit. Mia Fey?
What's this? So you two are acquainted?
Yes, we've met before. Once.
In any case, Miss Fay, the floor is all yours.
You again, Madame Fay.
Madame? I'm no one's grandma yet, girlie. Now, unless I'm mistaken, Mr. Wright is in the art department. If that's the case, then, what were you doing by the pharmacology building?
Well, I'm in the literature department. I'm studying Japanese Senryu poetry.
Oh, how wonderful. That is harmonious, yet satirical style of haiku, yes?
Nothing left to do. When a man reaches this age, sleep is his best friend.
Is that supposed to be poetry? Sounds more like a midlife crisis.
For me, to get the art department, I have to walk through that back area.
Ah, yes, that makes sense. I want to enter the courthouse. I always walk through the front doors.
How else would you enter? Teleportation? What, a fucking portal gun? So, who is this Dougie person?
Sorry? Doug Swallow. We were dating until about 8 months ago.
So, what were Dougie, Mr. Swallow and Mr. Wright talking about anyway?
Now, how can he be so mean? I would never eavesdrop. I wasn't raised to be so rude and unrefined.
Okay.
That's right, Miss Fay.
Don't drag the witness down to your level.
Why am I being demonized here?
Please go on. What did you see next?
Are you saying the victim just collapsed on his own?
Yes.
In other words, the defendant never touched the victim. Is that right?
I was watching the whole time. Feeny never did a thing to Dougie.
If I press her for no good reason, I know the judge will get angry with me.
It is a simp.
She's a simp. So what should I do about her testimony just now? Feeble lies are not very becoming, Miss Hawthorne, so let's drop them, shall we?
What?
I would never.
Miss Faye, I will not allow you to badger this witness. I believe the defense is engaged in a fishing expedition.
Fishing? What?
That is, she has no supporting. But please don't glare at me like that. I'm just doing my job.
Now then, Miss Hawthorne. The defendant's print was found on Mr. Swallow's leather jacket. It has already been shown that Mr. Wright did in fact push the victim.
What?
There's no need to try to cover for the defendant. It would be much better if you came out and told us the whole truth.
There's nothing to worry about. Young lady, just tell us everything you saw.
Yes, Your Honor. I will. If you don't mind, I'd like to revise my testimony.
Looks like we're finally getting somewhere.
Actually, I didn't see the moment he pushed Dougie.
You didn't see it.
Well, I saw the moment when Dougie fell to the ground.
And at that time, there was only the two of them at the scene? The defendant, Phoenix Wright, and the victim, Doug Swallow?
Yes, that's right. It didn't look like they were fighting, and I didn't hear anything unusual either.
So then, what did it look like they were doing to you?
I thought they were having a nice friendly afternoon conversation.
Oh, give me a break.
Bring me off from that Kit Kat bar.
Oh God. That's why I really wasn't watching them all that closely.
Did you notice anything out of the ordinary at all?
No, nothing at all, Mr. Judge.
Oh, I like the sound of that, Mr. Judge.
Keep it
Now-
in your pants, Mr. Judge.
Now, please proceed with your testimony.
I went to go and find some other students and they from the authorities.
When you say students, do you mean students from the pharmacology department?
Yes. They were all very fond of their drugs.
Please try to stay on topic. So to find some pharmacology students, you went to the labs, correct?
That's what I was planning to do. But in the end, I wound up not going. A group of about 10 research students came running out of the building entrance. Somehow, they all seemed to know what was going on.
The students knew what was going on? They're pharmacology students. They have nothing to do with the incident. I think what I need is more information about Dahlia herself. The girl. She's telling a super obvious lie, and she knows it. She's just pretending to protect Mr. Wright.
She's so dense.
Yes, that's gotta be it. Way to go, Mia. Okay, that means I'm going to have to dig deep to find the contradiction to this one. And you say you didn't hear anything unusual? Is that correct?
Yes. That's why I was very relaxed, looking at the scenery around me.
That's nice, but I find that just a little odd. I have here the testimony of your boyfriend, Mr. Phoenix Wright. And he clearly testified to the effect that when he pushed the victim, he heard a sharp, loud noise.
He said that?
If you two were really that close, if you were really that close to the two of them, why didn't you hear that noise as well?
Well, maybe the noise just wasn't all that memorable.
But according to Mr. Wright's testimony, it was a sharp noise, like a snap. There's no way a noise like that could fail to make an impression.
Ah!
May I have a moment to answer?
By all means.
You know the reason why I didn't hear the noise?
Hello, Ken. Good to see you again. For those who don't know, for those that Ken was in the Animal Crossing stream that I did 2 Saturdays ago.
Hi, welcome.
You see, the truth is, I had my headphones on, and I was listening to music at the time.
Headphones? You mean that both of your ears were covered?
The rain was just beginning to let up. But it didn't seem as though Thor wasn't ready for his fun to come to an end yet.
Now this this remaster came out in 2013, so Thor: The Dark World just came out a year before that, or close to it. So that's why the
And
Thor
also
reference was here.
And even bringing up stuff like Thor's hammer.
Before?
What?
Avengers, wasn't it like the year before that?
Yes. But Thor: The Dark World was right after it, so that's why they used this reference. It wasn't in the original dialogue. Just like the Harlem Shake one wasn't in the original dialogue either. But for the remaster, they decided to use references that were more memeable in the year that it came out.
Yeah,
And this was one of them.
So
Well,
the sky continued to flash and rumble.
Thunder and lightning, huh?
Yes, I'm afraid of the sound of thunder. So I put my headphones on to block it out.
Well, Your Honor, as you can see, there weren't any contradictions in her testimony after all. I'm glad you like that trivia, Ken.
Wait a sec, Mia. That testimony just now. She said something that could totally change this whole case. Your Honor, there is a problem with the witness's testimony.
What do you mean?
Didn't you notice? She said there was lightning, correct?
Yes, what about it?
Well, lightning is actually a large discharge of electricity in the atmosphere. Am I right?
Now, not the time for a science lesson, Miss Fay.
Yes, Your Honor. Anyway, since the cause of death was electrocution, isn't it possible that the victim died from being hit by a bolt of lightning?
Oh, thank you for the chops, Ken, on the voice acting. Thank you.
Oh.
Thank you. I must admit, the thought had not occurred to me.
Just what kind of thoughts do occur to this guy anyway? Wait, don't answer. I don't want to know.
Oh,
Don't answer that question, Mia.
a lot of Beastie Boys music.
This entire case is built on the premise that Mr. Doug Swallow was murdered. But that very premise itself is mistaken. The defense believes that Mr. Swallow was, in fact, the victim of a stray bolt.
It appears the defense may be onto something. Could it be that the death was actually an accidental?
Right? You did it, Mia. I'll be taking that not guilty now. If you don't, I'll go fuck myself.
Oh, gosh.
I'm hurt that you have such a low opinion of me, Miss Fay.
Huh?
I'm not a fool, you know. The prosecution has done its research, Your Honor. We found that there were no lightning strikes on that day at that location. What's more, we have evidence that the electrical cable is definitely linked to this case.
Evidence, Mr. Payne. Well, what was this evidence?
This affidavit.
And who is the affidavit from?
The pharmacology students who were conducting experiments in their labs that day. Allow me to read out to the court the testimony of the pharmacology students. All equipment in the labs lost power all of a sudden at around 3 p.m. that day.
Was it a blackout?
All of the lab's equipment runs on high voltage, Your Honor.
So you're saying the equipment lost power because...
Precisely. They lost power because of the severed electrical cable. The power outage occurred at approximately 3 p.m.
Which fits the time of death listed in the autopsy photo.
Exactly. In other words, the victim died as a result of touching the severed electrical cable. According to the students, the cables were very old. They were planning on having them replaced in the near future.
I see.
If that's the case, then if Doug survived, he could have sued the college.
Yeah.
Apparently, the cables had become so brittle that even the smallest bump would have caused them to break. Oh, wow, this university should be sued. On a separate case, this university should just be sued to its, for every dime that it has.
Wait, family...
Cheap bastards!
Doug's family could file a wrongful death suit, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, considering this is also a murder, though, somebody probably used the electrical circuit to murder him, so, I mean, you could say that, they could sue them just for the fact that they were, what's the word? That they were, I can't remember the word, but they were incompetence, I would probably say, about the fact that their severely electrical cables are just hanging around and they were so brittle that they could easily break just by a simple touch.
Something implicit?
Yeah, probably, but... I mean, I don't know that much about, civil law, but they could definitely sue them. And since Ivy University definitely is a private university, they could probably get away with suing them because then they would have to sue the government if it was a public university. So. Oh, boy. More testimony.
However, there is one thing that troubles me. If the cable could have been broken by any small bump, then it would have been snapped if it had been bumped into, correct?
Well, I suppose you could say that.
Miss Faye, do you have any thoughts regarding to the case of these severed cables?
Your Honor. I don't like how this is looking one bit. I have to come up with something to try to gain some momentum. If it pleases the court, the defense would like to state its opinion.
Well, let's hear it. Who or what was that caused the cable to break?
Your Honor, please think back to Mr. Wright's testimony.
The defendant's testimony?
He said that after he pushed the victim, he heard a loud, sharp noise. So this happened at around 3 p.m., correct?
Yes, that sounds right. Wait, are you saying that...
The lab equipment lost power at 2:55, which fits right in Mr. Wright's timeline. In other words, it was Mr. Wright's shove that caused the power outage.
Yes, the prosecution also came to that same conclusion. And it was that very shove that caused Mr. Swallow to be electrocuted.
I'm afraid I can't agree with you there, Mr. Payne.
What's that supposed to mean?
Take a good look at where the victim landed after being shoved. See the umbrella? It's by the electrical pole. That's right, the victim banged into the pole as a result of being pushed. It was that impact that caused the cable to break.
Well, that makes sense. And the victim was electrocuted.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, but no. It doesn't make sense at all. If the victim was shoved into the far pole, then he couldn't have been electrocuted by this severed cable in the foreground here.
Ah!
In other words, someone other than my client must have electrocuted the victim.
Order in the court.
The lamentations of my enemy. How I've longed to hear them.
It's true. The defense absolutely correct. There doesn't be any way.
Mr. Judge, sir, may I say something? The Madame Attorney's explanation. She said some things that are a little different than when I remember them.
Wah.
Please, just once more. May I please testify one last time? Please, Mr. Judge?
Of course, it's all right. Go right ahead and give your new testimony.
This is it. She's finally starting to show her true colors.
Through this, Beanie pushed him twice. The first time wasn't to the electrical pole. That's when the cable broke. Then he tried his best to run away from him. Then Feeny caught up with him and crashed into him from behind. The cable snapping and Dougie being electrocuted, it all occurred in less than a minute.
So after being shoved, the victim got up and tried to run away.
And that is when the defendant pushed him for the second time.
I'm so sorry, Feeny.
But I just have to tell them the truth.
Am I doing the right thing?
Am I, Mr. Judge?
Of course you are, my dear. As painful as it seems, you are. Now then, Miss Fay, you may proceed with your cross-examination.
Miss Hawthorne, previously in your testimony you said the following. Actually, I didn't see the moment he pushed Dougie.
No. I'm sorry. I wanted to protect Feeny.
So that's why you basically lied to the court?
Was a bad girl. I know. Mr. Judge?
Yes?
Would you please forgive little old me?
Of course he won't. What you did is called perjury.
Oh, come on now. It was just a little white lie. We'll forgive it this time, but please be more careful from now on, alright?
Oh, thank you so much, Mr. Judge.
Right now, I am so excited. My hockey team is going to the semifinals
Yay.
against my second favorite hockey team. So now my week for the next week is gonna be all hockey. Sorry, couldn't resist.
Not at all. Ho, ho, ho.
Why the hell is Santa here? And why is he simping when he has a wife? The judge had better be more careful himself. A dark alley is friendlier than that girl. You're saying you actually saw the victim get pushed into the electrical pole.
He doesn't look it, but Feeny can be a bit of an imp when he wants to be.
Oh, really?
I never imagined that he would cause an electrical cable to break. Feeny really is scary when he gets mad.
He sounds like a very dangerous individual indeed.
So let me get this straight. You were happily listening to music on your headphones when you watched this scene unfold.
Miss Fay, I'll have to ask you to stop badgering the witness.
I wasn't happy. I was so scared that I couldn't even move. All I could do was stand there and cheer them on.
What?
Cheer them on? What do you mean by that?
Well, I wished the best for them both, and they would give each other the fight their all.
That's very sweet of you to be so supportive.
And what happened after that?
It doesn't sound quite right. There were handprints found on the chest of the victim's leather jacket. Mr. Payne, were there also prints found on the back of his leather jacket?
Well, no, there weren't.
Hey, may I suggest that you listen a little more carefully? I said that he crashed into him from behind, right? My Feeny wouldn't leave any prints behind in that case, would he?
Do you actually witness the moment the victim was electrocuted?
I'm sorry. I didn't actually see it. I turned my eyes away.
That's understandable.
Yes, indeed. It would have been a horrific sight for anyone to behold.
If I don't figure out the contradiction here, it's all over. She didn't have much time to come up with her lie, so this is my best chance. There must be a hole in her testimony somewhere. Think, Mia, think. That's enough, witness.
Afraid I don't understand.
You will in a minute. Could you please take a look at this picture?
Oh, that medicine.
That's the one Feeny likes to take for his cold.
It's not the medicine I want you to look at. It's the wristwatch. It stopped at the precise time the victim was electrocuted. In other words, 3:05 p.m.
Yes, and your point is, Miss Faye?
My point is this. What time was it when the lab suffered that power outage due to the cable snapping?
Well, according to the student's testimony, the answer is clear. It was 2:55 p.m. Ah!
Would you care to explain that to the court, Miss Dahlia Hawthorne? What exactly happened during this 10-minute interval? The defense proposes that it was during this interval that the real murderer killed Mr. Doug Swallow.
Order in the court.
This is nonsense. The real murderer?
Even if you can't deny that the cable between the cable breaking and the electrocution are completely unaccounted for.
Then who was it? Who else are you saying could have done it?
There's only one person who could have murdered Mr. Swallow. Only after my client had left the scene was there a window of opportunity for the real killer.
Miss Faye, is the defense ready to indict someone as the real killer?
It's finally time. This is the moment I've been waiting for. Yes, Your Honor, we're ready.
Very well. But remember, if you accuse the wrong person, you will be penalized. Think very carefully before you speak, Miss Faye. Now then, Miss Faye, let's have it. Who is the real killer?
It could only have been you, Dahlia Hawthorne.
You.
The defense is grasping at straws.
10 minutes passed between the time the cable broke and the time of the electrocution. What exactly were you doing that whole time, Miss Hawthorne? Were you really listening to some music while cheering them both on as they fought? I find it hard to believe that you didn't lift a finger to stop the men dearest to you.
Order, order, Miss Faye! What, why? Why? Miss Faye, what? 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 I mean, why? Why? What? 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 I mean, why? Why?
Miss Hawthorne, I believe you did witness two men fighting on that day. However, after Mr. Wright pushed the victim and subsequently left the scene, it was you who pushed Mr. Swallow to his death by your very own hands.
How can you say something so mean, Madame Faye?
I didn't do anything.
Hey, this is a very...
Your Honor! Please, I have something I want to say. Achoo!
You! What is it?
Please strike everything the defense said just now from the record.
What? Are you daft?
You're not totally wrong. You're totally wrong, Miss Faye. Dolly, she couldn't do something like that.
Stuck in the fog, I see.
Mr. Wright, get back in your seat. Bailiff, grab that man.
Ah! Achoo! Achoo! Leave my Dolly alone! Achoo!
God! I didn't know he was just...
Of a sim.
That boy.
He's gotten himself in way over his head.
Oh, Mr. Grossberg, you're back.
Well, I went for a nice cup of tea. It seems I arrived just in the nick of time. I found the police report on the incident in your newspaper clipping.
Oh boy, another report.
Think. Why am I thinking myself?
Thank you so much. This is exactly what I was hoping for.
You better take good care and take a good look at it. It details how you came to lose your boyfriend.
Shit.
Yes, Mia did have a partner.
Now then, the defense has made a very serious accusation. Mr. Payne, what would you have to say about this?
Well, really, Your Honor,
May I interrupt you for a moment, Mr. Prosecutor?
Don't you worry, my dear. I have this situation well in hand. Go right ahead.
Madame Faye, are you seriously accusing me of killing my sweet Dougie?
Yes, I am. Not only am I saying you murdered Doug Swallow, but you also tried to pin the whole thing on your current lover, Phoenix Wright.
I told you that you should let me handle this. Sorry, please go ahead.
How can you say that? I'm absolutely devoted to my dear Feeny. That notion that I would try to frame him is ludicrous. It's all just too much for poor little me to bear.
I believe this girl is trying to ask what on earth her motive would be.
The answer to that lies somewhere in this police report. It must. Eight months ago, an incident occurred in the basement cafeteria of this building. And then, the same day, the two of them accidentally met. Your Honor, the defense requests further testimony from Miss Dahlia Hawthorne.
Further testimony, what about?
About the events of the day when she first met the defendant, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
What could that possibly have to do with this case?
The witness claims that she has no reason to to frame the defendant. Am I correct? Well, I have evidence that suggests that she, in fact, had a very good reason.
Well then, the court grants the defense request. Young lady, would you mind staying on just a bit longer?
Of course not, Mr. Judge.
Get ready for the battle of your life, Dahlia Hawthorne.
Okay, do you want to keep going, or do you want to call it quits? We're at the 2-hour mark.
How much
Well-
longer? Because if it's still a good amount, we probably should continue, like,
So
on
let's-
Wednesday.
Hold on. We got about 2 more cross-examinations to do.
Hmm. Hmm.
I have to use the bathroom, so Wednesday.
Okay.
We can just drop it here for now.
Alrighty, then
Everybody's
that's...
everybody's being indecisive. I'll just speak my piece.
Like, I'm already over
Oh.
time.
Yeah.
And I don't mean to do that. Whoa.
My bladder rules my decision.
Nope. Very well. Alright, hold on. Let me make it
It's
so
not
that I can
wait a minute.
actually...
Let me see, this isn't the full moon yet, but if it's controlling Circus's bladder, it's like how the moon controls the ocean's tides.
Oh gosh.
Every time she says Feeny, I always want to just make that Feeny.
Oh god, don't do that.
I just want to say it. Feeny.
No, no. Alright, well, we're going to leave it here, and we'll come back next week to finish it up, and then go into the next case if we still have more time. So, good night, everybody. Well, don't forget to leave a like and a comment, because that helps the algorithm out. And we'll catch you all for another Trials and Tribulations movement. Alright, good night, everyone.
Alright, and don't forget to hit the notification bell and the comments.
That's right. Bye.
Leave a cat emoji.